And joy. Come out, wherever you are.
The mind police are on their way.
Dude, come on now, anxiety, play nice.
Don't listen to anxiety.
Yes.
She's using these horrible projections to change Riley. Joy, I'm doing this
I
for
mean,
you.
exactly,
This is all
she...
so Riley can be happier.
I mean, that's
If
what
you
she
want her
thinks.
to be happy, then you'd stop hurting her.
Yeah, well, that sounds very logical, but you know what's happening here, right? Joy is Val and anxiety is Riley. Think about it, until now it was made very clear that anxiety is a fan of Joy, and that since the beginning she just wanted her approval. Much like Riley is desperately seeking validation from Val. So anxiety isn't trying to sabotage Joy, she's trying to protect her, believing that if she anticipates every possible disaster, she will do Joy a favor, because if anxiety takes care of all of the things that could go wrong, then Joy can focus on just, you know, well, be happy, make Riley happy. If we follow this logic, it does make sense, but unfortunately, well, that's just too incomplete. The irony here is that by fixating on these worst case scenarios, she's stifling Joy's ability to, again, bring joy. Now, what does that mean for you on a practical level? You need to remember that sometimes the parts of us that seem most troublesome are actually just seeking connection and validation from us. They don't want other people to intervene, they don't want other people to see you, they just want you to acknowledge them. They're asking for space, and more often than not, we're denying that space and time because, you know, it's inconvenient, I guess, scary, uncomfortable. Well, that's self-neglect.
Really? Nothing? Sorry, Joy. Yeah.
Yes.
G87. I can't. Little
You're a real G87.
Who else? Come on.
Me? Can I
And
participate?
then Val hates her. Or what if Riley is better than Val and Val respects her?
Good. Exactly. There you go.
What if Riley is so bad she has to give up hockey
Come
forever?
on.
What if Riley does so well that the coach
I love how they are both very much unrealistic.
Weary nation to victory?
This exchange is pure gold, and it shows a very important therapeutic tool. We're so quick to fall to negative thought spirals, but if we're capable of coming up with the most catastrophic outcomes, why not flip the script and dream up the most fantastic ones? Why let anxiety dominate the narrative when joy can and should take a seat at the table? What if things go right? What if you succeed beyond your wildest dreams? What if you're going to prove yourself wrong? What if you don't know everything? What if the very thing you're afraid of leads you to something amazing? This is called cognitive reframing. I don't know why I did that. Remember that your mind acts similar to the TikTok algorithm. The more you'll interact with certain types of content, the more the app is going to give you similar videos. So if you're constantly engaging with negative doom and gloom thoughts, it's like you're double tapping on every anxious video that pops up. Cognitive reframing would be you deciding to stop interacting with that type of content in favor of another type. A more constructive one, perhaps. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to become Delulu and fully believe either side. You can acknowledge that both outcomes are possible, but not let either control you. It's about recognizing that both these narratives are just figments of your imagination. So why treat one side like it's real, but the other as if it's not? If your answer was because experience, well, that can be an example of overgeneralization, which is when someone takes one single event and assumes it will repeat indefinitely. But it can also be confirmation bias or negativity bias.
Objections off!
Yes! Drop your pencils! Screw it all! Pillow fight! Yeah! Why am I so excited? What is happening? I mean, also anxiety has a point though. They do need to be prepared. It's just that, oh, girl, okay.
Yes, now Riley can get some sleep.
I missed the jar.
Aww.
Get it. Without our projections, we won't be prepared.
Riley was able to go to sleep and have some relief, while anxiety is actually more panicked than ever before. And that's because this is an example of suppressing anxiety through therapeutic tools. I don't know if suppressing would be necessarily the right word, but so cognitive reframing is like a quick fix. It can help in the moment by shifting your perspective from negative to positive, yes, but it doesn't delve into the root of why anxiety is there to begin with. In the scene, Joy manages to stop anxiety's projections, which gives Riley temporary relief and allows her to sleep, but anxiety is there all panicked because her primary method of protecting Riley, by anticipating every possible threat, has been disrupted. She doesn't have access to it anymore. And this can be an example of palliative coping. It's like slapping a band-aid on a deep cut. It might stop the bleeding for a moment, but it doesn't heal the wound underneath. Overriding anxiety, overriding, not suppressing, this is a better word, without understanding its source can sometimes make it come back even stronger, which is known as the rebound effect. This isn't to say that cognitive reframing or therapeutic tools in general aren't valuable. They absolutely are. But it's most effective when used alongside deeper therapeutic work that targets the root cause.
Tomorrow's game
So I know,
Make us a firehawk or doom us to a friendless future.
guys, I
Wish
think,
we knew what Coach thought about us.
right, that's,
Her notebook. Yes, that's a great
no,
idea.
no, 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 guys, wait. Wait,
All we gotta do is sneak into her office and read it.
all you gotta do? That is like a lot.
Come on, Riley, move those feet.
Again, she doesn't want to move, you see?
Are we pushing her too hard? We gotta see what's in the notebook. It's the only way for us to know how we can do better.
Oh. So, Anxiety's usual game plan is shot to pieces because she doesn't have access to the negative projections anymore. She's spiraling, unsure of what to do without her trusty what-if scenarios. And what happens to Anxiety when she can't do her thing? She gets impulsive. Now, here's where the tea is. Remember, Envy is the ultimate pick-me, always wanting to be noticed, to be in the mix, to have that edge. She's been sidling up to Anxiety throughout the whole movie, gaining her trust. So, with Anxiety off her game, Envy sees an opening. Because much like embarrassment, Envy also has her own agenda. Think about it, she's way too smart to just be tagging along. Anxiety wants to keep Riley safe, but Envy wants her to stand out, to outshine everyone else. That's why Riley doesn't move with Anxiety, but moves when Envy takes lead because she has much more motivation. So what's the takeaway here? Be cautious when you're vulnerable. When you're off balance and your usual strategies aren't working, it's easy to get swayed by others. And not just people, but also emotions. In Riley's case, her moment of hesitation was a signal, a gut check almost, that this wasn't the right move. But the combined pressure of Anxiety and Envy overrode that intuition, plus the fact that, Riley doesn't have her sense of self. It's a powerful reminder that we need to stay connected to our inner voice, especially when external and internal pressures are ramping up. So next time you find yourself in a similar tug-of-war, take a moment to breathe and then ask, whose idea is this really? Trust me, that pause can make all the difference. I know, Sadness, but what are we gonna do about it? Really? Come enjoy? What do you think she can do?
Sadness, you have to stop her. Just don't get caught.
I mean, don't you think you're asking too much of her? Oh, she does have an alliance, though. That's true. I mean, alliance. Is it an alliance? I think I'm overthinking this. Girl, what are you doing? Oh, God. Yeah, I know. That's exactly how I feel. Don't play with my fragile heart. Huh? The phone. Oh, girl, finally. Yeah, put it down.
Sadness?
Yes.
Where's your phone? Oh, no, my phone? Where is my phone? Seriously?
Interesting. The only moment when boredom actually feels alive is when her addiction, her distraction is gone. Now you might be thinking, but wait, Sadness is taking the wheel through boredom in the middle of this adrenaline-fueled chaos? And to that I say, boredom is not at the center, she's not active, but even so, boredom is able to create a sort of emotional void. That's one of its purposes. Because when we lack genuine excitement, genuine fulfillment, genuine joy from our actions, boredom creates the void, which can be usually felt in the chest area. That void appears as a signal that you need to introspect and ask if you're acting according to your values. But more often than not, you probably respond to this with distractions. Or you freak the f*** out, like one of the two. Regardless, this often leads to suppression. So this emotional void is a space where you're not fully present, not fully engaged in what you're doing, but also a space where emotions can sneak in to gain control over you faster. Enter sadness. This scene beautifully illustrates how our emotions are not isolated. They're interconnected and can influence each other in profound ways.
Joy, reality is also a thing.
Not right now, no it isn't.